Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Eyes of the Beholder, where right now just two of us nerds play Dungeons and Dragons.
These are the secret episodes.
These are the secret episodes of Candara. This is episode 3. For you guys who've been keeping up with this, we left on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. But Candara made her way to the giant city of Maelstrom, enlisted the help of Ethos, toured around the city a bit before deciding on fighting a red dragon in the pit alongside Ethos. They had a wonderful, glorious feast in her honor. They met King Harkin.
Not awkward at all.
Not even a little bit awkward. Ethos, informed her she'd be staying at one of their finest rooms in the castle. As they were parting ways at the night, there was a kiss.
Yep.
And that's where we'll pick up tonight, after we jump into tonight's episode of Eyes of the Beholder. We'll be right back.
A bunch of nerds who play D&D. Eyes of the Beholder. Once my wife, the black guy left. Eyes of the Beholder. They might live or they might die. Eyes of the Beholder.
Hey guys, welcome back. All right, well, without further ado, let's jump into it.
All right.
So, Candara, as Ethos kind of pulls away from the kiss, his eyes kind of meet yours. I'm sorry. I hope that wasn't too forward. You were just, I don't know, that dress, and you looked very beautiful, and I don't know. There's something about you.
I am very flattered. There's so much about me you don't know. So much that would not be good for you or your kingdom. I don't want to intrude on your friendship. I am sorry.
No, there is no fault of your own, my lady. I apologize if I stepped out of line. I thought I felt something there, and but I apologize. No, it is fine. It is the fault is not mine.
It is. That is not what I mean. I do not want to bring any more pain. And she's gonna go inside.
So as she kind of goes inside and closes the door, there's a few moments that pass before you kind of hear and kind of feel the footfalls of Ethos as they move away. But you're left alone in a gorgeous, beautiful room with a giant canopy bed.
The jump to get into.
That a small ladder has been provided for you to climb up into bed. You climb up and begin nestling down for the evening. It's a very big, soft bed, huge pillows. It's amazing. It's like just being wrapped and engulfed in a giant, pillowy, wonderful land. Sleep eventually finds you. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Off to a good start. Good to be back.
Oh no. 10.
Okay. Flashes of visions in your mind of your family, your husband, your son. Nothing that seems to come together to make a full real dream. It just seems like it's images and memories at this point. Before you awaken to at your door.
Is it morning time?
Mm-hmm. As you kind of open your eyes, the sun's kind of just, well, not the sun, really. There is no sun. Yeah. As you kind of open your eyes, it still seems dark in the room, actually. Sure.
I get up and...
At this point, you would have had a long rest. So.
Okay. Well, I get up and go down the ladder.
Okay. Are you wearing your dress,
Oh, I figured I had like a nightgown or something on.
Okay. So as you kind of open the door, standing in your nightgown, hair kind of still just a mess, and like everywhere. There's Ethos in his armor. I'm sorry. I
apologize. I did not.
No, it's.
I don't know
no,
what
it's
time it is.
fine. Yep, I probably got here early.
Okay.
You know what? I'll just.
Yes. One moment.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. I thought it was like a maid or something. All right. So I'll go get dressed in my armor.
Okay. You go get dressed. Eventually, you come out to the front door and standing on kind of the other side of the hall, just kind of hands clasped, kind of looking down at the ground as you walk out. Goes, oh, okay, good. You're ready.
Yes.
Well, let's we'll go grab a bite to eat, and then we'll head to the Coliseum and prepare for today.
To kill the dragon.
Yep. That's
okay. Let's go.
Very well. So you guys go. You head back to the main dining room area where y'all had your feast in your honor the night before.
Right.
This time, it's not quite as an immaculate of a spread. There's a few servants there that serve y'all a very nice breakfast. You kind of eat it in this like awkward, like silence. Every now and then, those eggs are good.
My prince, there is no need to let what happened last night change our relationship.
No, of course no. It's of course not.
We're fixing to go into battle together.
You're correct. No, I just feel so foolish. I'm sorry. It's okay. You're right. We are about to face a fearsome dragon, and we should steel ourselves and be ready. I apologize for being distracted. We need our wits about us if we're going to be successful and victorious in this day. You're correct. So, have you ever fought a dragon before?
No.
Me either.
No? I thought you did.
No, I've always wanted to.
Oh.
Well, it'll be a first time for both of us then.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll do fine.
It is a small one, you said? No?
It is not it's not an ancient one, so that's good.
Okay.
He's
Either way, we will be fine.
Yes, of course. We will do great. Eggs are good, though.
Yeah. So good. Should we go that way then?
Yep, I think I'm ready. He picks up his sword and places it on his back. Begins leading you through the streets as you guys exit the giant palace. Two guards kind of follow in step with you and escort you both to the Coliseum. About the time they get to the doorway, they kind of stay back as you walk in, make your way to the familiar room reserved for warriors of the Colosseum. At this point, you spend about an hour or so in there kind of getting ready, checking your equipment, making sure everything's...
Can I bet on us?
Sure.
Can I make a bet?
Yeah.
Because how much did we say? How much is it? Just the bet that I get off of?
No, I believe after everything with Ethos, I think he said he was going to take care of some funds for you, but you are more than welcome to bet on this if you want.
Okay, I probably should just in case.
Okay, sure. So you make your way to the teller booth. There's a young storm giant in there today. Doesn't have the big beard. His hair is kind of short and wavy, kind of combed over to one side. Still kind of that stormy white of it. Face got some acne on it and stuff as well. It's like, hello.
Hello. I would like to place a bet.
Sure, I can do that for you.
Okay.
Who are you betting on?
On the prince.
That's a good bet. He's really good at things.
Against the dragon.
How much would you like to bet?
What are the odds?
Well, it is the Prince of Storms, so, kind of flips through his Rolodex and goes, 2-1. They say whoever's fighting with him is not very experienced. But it's Ethos, I mean, come on.
Okay. Is the person who is fighting with him, are they a separate bet, or is it his team versus the dragon?
It's a team deal.
Oh, I didn't know if one died versus the other. Sure.
I mean, if you want to bet on someone dying, we could do a separate bet.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I would like to pay. I will do 1,500 gold.
Okay.
So.
All right. So he takes it down and takes your money, gives you a small ticket, and goes, "Just bring this back if they win."
Okay. Thank you
Very
very
well.
much.
Enjoy the fight.
Okay, so we go back to
Okay.
that area. Are we fixing to go out?
Yeah.
So before we go out,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go up to Ethos.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that we may die,
Yes, it's very possible.
I apologize for what I said last night. What you were hearing was what my heart was saying. But I just know that nothing good comes with me. And I'll reach up and I'll kiss him on the cheek.
Okay.
And then I'll head out towards where we're supposed to go.
Okay. He sat there for a moment before turning and following you as well. As you make your way out into this gigantic coliseum, as this kind of mid-morning,
That's really
yeah, it's probably about 10 a.m. by this point. Maybe 10 a.m., 11.
Okay.
But as you walk out, you first, there's a... And then Ethos in his black plate mail armor with the platinum inlay
Mm-hmm.
is just a... As Ethos walks out behind you, he just kind of waves a little bit sheepishly at the crowd. He goes, "Never get used to that, ever."
And then after I will shout,
Mm-hmm.
"Make some noise for your prince!"
He just goes, his hand kind of puts his hand like behind his head and he goes, "Oh, come on." As yet again, everybody just, the crowds are just going insane at this point. Like you can feel the air around you almost shaking as all of this excitement is building. Before you hear this, thum, 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 boom, boom, boom. These drums just like start pounding in, and you see the ground itself kind of opens up across the way from you. dust kind of scattering as these two giant doors open in this large, solid steel cage all around just this tiny little window at the top of it. You can't really see through it because rising. And it's massive. It's probably a 30-foot tall cage by like 40-foot long. Just rises. And then like as you see like several giants walk out behind it and get pushing it forward. And the doors close. One of them walks over sheepishly to the lock and unlocks it. He goes, "Good luck, my prince." Athos just kind of nods. And he like opens the door and runs away, like across the other side, as this giant door swings open. And you see this giant blackened space inside of this case. And out walks this woman, probably no more than 20 years old, looking very frightened, scared. And she kind of walks out, kind of looks at Athos and the crowd. She sees you. She goes, oh, good. Someone else is here. I don't know how I got here. Can you get me out of here?
I'm going to use one of my divine senses
Okay.
and do detect good and evil.
Okay. As you do that, as you kind of are looking at her, your senses begin to spill out from you in a 60-foot radius. As it kind of washes over this tiny, frail-looking woman, you get just the most pungent and strong sense of this chaotic, evil nature inside of her.
Do not be fooled, my prince. This is only a ruse for the dragon.
Are you sure? He's kind of looking. Well, it seems to be empty. That's strange.
The dragons. Do I know that?
I don't know.
Can we roll?
Sure.
Am I rolling history? Oh shit.
History or Arcana?
I don't know it.
You're not sure what's going on with her? You know that she is not a good person.
Okay. Then I'll tell him that. I say I don't know about the dragon or what this is, but she is a very horrible person.
No, I'm not. I promise. I don't know why they put me in that cage. I don't know. I was so dark and I was so scared. Please, you're a prince. You can let me out of here, right? Big tears welling in her eyes. Gotta pull up some sheets on some people. Made my first roll of the game. 2. It's been a while. Hard to come by these days. Okay. But you know, you are the main party for this.
So, check us out on Twitch.
Yeah, sorry.
Friday nights, 7:30.
Yeah, starting back August 7th.
Well, we should be started back by now.
Oh, that's true. By the time y'all are seeing this, we would most definitely be started back.
Check out our YouTube.
Oh, yes, where we're doing lots of things. Stuff and things.
Shoot the producer a tweeter.
Yeah, shoot him at the Twitch or tweeters. Tweeters him. Tweeter him.
Tweeter him on the Twitch.
Yeah, tweeter him on the Twitch. So that was a 5, 13. Okay. It's not terrible. Same exact one. Okay. Well, they rolled the same. Ethos kind of looks at you and looks at her. He goes, "You're sure?"
Completely.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me initiative. Just in case.
17.
17. Seven for Ethos. Okay. But as you are sitting there, you watch as he flicks his wrist out towards her. He goes, "If my friend says you're evil, then I believe her." And you watch as this lightning bolt erupts from the end of his sword, dashing out towards the woman. Ooh, not a good dex save. It's an 8. She takes 25 points of lightning damage. And as the lightning slams into her chest, and she just doesn't even move, she almost just like slides back on her feet as the lightning is slamming into her. You watch as her eyes go from that sad look of the tears rolling down, and there's like, they were almost kind of this brown colored eyes, like the whites begin to turn yellow, and the pupils turn almost like cat eyes slits. And she goes, "I'll end you both for this." As her face begins to shift and morph and contort into the face of a young red dragon, as she roars, "Roar!" And it brings us to your turn, Candara.
All right, Candara.
She's right there.
Okay, so I am going to cast a Thunderous Smite
Okay.
on me
Okay.
for my bonus action. And then I am going to hit her.
Okay.
Run up
Yeah.
and hit her.
Yeah. Go for it.
So, 22.
That will hit.
Okay. And so a total of 9 damage slashing.
Okay.
And then another 9 points of thunderous
Okay.
damage, and she needs to make a strength saving throw, which I'm sure she'll get.
I don't know.
Needs to be a 15.
It is a 14.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets pushed back 10 feet and is not prone.
Okay, cool. So as I'll do like this. So as you as Ethos launches the lightning, and Horseeye slams into her chest and she morphs into this dragon. Instinctually, you just pull your axe.
Actually, it's a great sword.
You pull your greatsword out and begin charging forward. As you do, lightning of your own begins to coalesce up and down the blade, coursing as you run and swing upward, slamming into her chest. And as you do, the sound of thunder erupts. And it does this, the dust around you kind of scatters out in a circular pattern. As the dragon is lifted up off of its hind or front feet onto its hind, it rolls back over, slamming to the ground, begins thrashing and roaring violently. As it then swings around up onto its feet and begins looking at you and Ethos angrily. You can see the smoke begin to billow out of its nose before it opens its mouth and just roars, and you can see the flame in the back of its throat begin to ignite, and then So he needs you and Ethos both to make dexterity saving throws. That's a 15 for Ethos. Which fails.
That is, I got a 10.
Okay, so you both fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. So, as the fire... Put my dice roller. It's a lot of dice.
Oh, can I, if I can't, that's okay. I'm also supposed to roll for cold damage on my hit
Okay.
of the dragon, but I don't have to. I'll get it next
Yeah,
time.
that's fine. Sure. Go ahead and roll it real quick.
Oh, there's a whole 1 point.
Okay, 1 point. Okay. Cool. As you and Ethos both take 56 points of fire damage.
So I have resistance to fire damage.
So you take 28 points of fire damage.
Okay.
You watch as Ethos just begins the flames erupt out and roar over each of you. Ethos is standing there at the end of it, his armor going red hot from the flames. It seems to have hurt him a lot. You watch as Ethos kind of had been taken down to one knee, stands back up. He cracks his neck from both sides. He grips the sword in front of him, and he does. The lightning begins to intensify all along his blade until the blade begins to warp and warble, and itself becomes almost like living lightning. And it begins to spill down his arms. The armor itself now begins glowing with this just living bolts of lightning covering every aspect of him. His eyes begin to turn to that same like lightning spilling out from them. And as you watch in an instant, it's like he moves almost instantaneously, just almost like he teleports to the front of him and begins slashing into the chest of this dragon. That'll hit. That'll hit. And that'll hit. All three attacks. It was a 21, 28, 23. For 59 points of lightning damage. Jesus Christ. This might be older faster than I thought. You watch as he just vanishes and then appears. The first one, he just stabs the lightning deep into the chest of the dragon between two of its plates. You watch as it crackles out, making these scoring marks where it's actually glowing red hot in between each one of the plates as it roars in pain as he pulls it out and slashes across twice, making an X now across its chest with these deep scoring marks where the scales themselves begin to bleed and ooze as he's looking bloodied.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
Good job, Ethos.
Brings us to your turn.
All right. I'm going to do what I've been doing, and I will run up because I'm only about 10 feet away.
Yeah. So you charge up next to Ethos this time, standing in the heat of the battle.
And I'm going to hit.
Okay, go for it.
17.
Misses. As you go to hit, it roars back out of the way from Ethos' swings, and you just miss.
Okay. I'll scream out in rage.
Okay, so now you're raging. Awesome, cool. Brings us to the dragon's turn. Ooh. Okay. Gets its breath weapon back. As you two are standing right below it, you watch as it just right down on top of you. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws again.
17?
So you save, so you'll take half damage.
So, does it build? I'm resistant to fire, and
So you'll take 1/4.
so I'll take 1/4 of whatever the half damage is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it would be 63 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
Halved for you to
31.
36. No, I'm sorry. 31. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. 31, and then half of that to 15. So you take 15 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
Well, I thought I got half because
You saved.
I saved.
So that's half to 31.
Right, and then I'm raging. So
do you have... You take... Are you a totem barbarian?
yeah.
Oh, shit. So that takes it to 15.
Right, and then
And
I'm
it takes-
resistant to fire.
So it takes it to 7. You take 7 points of fire damage as this dragon
I'm
is...
so nimbly pimbly.
Oh, God.
Did Ethos save?
He did not. He takes 63 points of fire damage. As you look, even with the lightning crackling off of him, which I need to roll for, because I still need attack on him, and he's close. As the dragon is breathing this fire down right on top of you, it's just an intense inferno. You just hold your sword up and are blocking the most of it, just raging in this moment. The spirit of Nezroth almost coming over you as this cooling factor, just keeping you safe from the flames.
Mm-hmm.
You look over and you can see Ethos brought to his knees, blood pouring from his ears, and his eyes, even from the lightning, is still coming out, but there's blood, like tears almost coming out of his face as he's just roaring in pain underneath there. The lightning, like coursing off of his back, like reaches up and strikes into the dragon's throat, causing a little bit of pain to him as he takes 8 points of lightning damage and a reflex. From that brings us to Ethos' turn. Actually, that doesn't happen at all. Take that back. Sorry, I forget who I'm using. Let me add that 63 points back to him. That's what would have happened, you thought.
In your mind's eye, you saw this.
Yeah, as you watch as the dragons and the flame comes burning down, you see Ethos at first start to move, and he kind of stumbles and falters, and then in an instant he just poof, is gone. And he's right underneath the dragon as he's going to use his lightning parry. And he gets to make an extra attack. It's a 22. Holy fuck. Okay, never mind. Yeah. As he just disappears and like a bolt of lightning up underneath the dragon as his sword pierces into its stomach. And he just rips sideways, and you watch his blood begins to pour out on top of him. And then he will make his attacks, because that was his reaction. 18 just hits, 26 will hit, 17 will miss. So 19 and 22 points of damage for, is that 41 points of damage? Cool, awesome. As afterwards, he then begins slashing again one way. As he does, you just watch large explosions of blood. As he then disappears out and then appears right around in front of you and slams his sword, the lightning hilt just crashing back into that same spot where he's going again. You watch as it blows open the chest, and you can see now the scales themselves peeled back, pulled away, the sternum of the dragon itself, and inside you hear the boom, 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 as you can now see the dragon's exposed heart through the chest where he's blown open the muscle and sinew and scales, leaving a very exposed weak point. Brings us to your turn.
And what is this counting as flanking?
No.
Okay.
You can always recklessly attack if you wish.
23.
That'll hit.
Okay. All right. So let me make sure I get all of my things this time. So I get it's a normal 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And another 2 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And as the thunder on there, 3 points of damage on that. And then I'm going to smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a higher level smite. He's not a fiend or anything.
No, just a dragon.
But, you know,
So you get 2 more D8.
I'm doing a high level, so I'm doing another.
Okay.
That's better.
Oh, shit.
Almost full. Let's see, that's 16 plus, so another 22 points of damage.
So that's
So originally was
8
8
plus your...
plus...
That's 30. Right there. Keep it in plus.
And then I had 2 points.
32.
And then 3 points. So 35.
35 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
How would you like to do this?
Really?
Yeah. I underestimated y'all.
Can I, like... Okay, so his heart's right there, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to take my sword and, like, jab it in there. And, of course, the coal's just going to...
Okay.
And then can I... Well, no, that's 2 attacks. But, yeah, that's what I want to do then.
Okay. So as Ethos slams in, you watch as the thunderous explosion peeling it open. As it does, almost instantaneously, your lightning erupting down your blade, and you shove it in between the bones as it pierces the dragon's heart, and it lets out this roar of anger and agony and pain. As you watch your cold blade sinking into it, you watch as it across the heart as it still trying to beat, and as the cold envelops it, the last it just shatters, and as it does, the dragon comes head slamming down in between you and Ethos. Large billow of smoke rises up before eventually settling, and the crowd around you is silent before eventually just erupting in and Ethos looks to you and goes, that was amazing. You are incredible.
That was not me. I will reach over to grab his hand and, like, put it up in the air, you know, like you do.
Uh-huh.
And while I do that, I'm also going to dump into him 20 points from my healing pool.
Okay, cool. As you grab his arm to reach it up, you take 4 points of lightning damage. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. As it goes out.
It's okay.
Yeah, for you, that's nothing. How much you put in him?
20.
Okay. I mean, he's fine. He's okay.
And it's a gesture.
I got you. Much better than he was if I had nearly forgotten he had that counter ability.
Mm-hmm.
Nearly killed him. I had him at 2 HP.
Oh, my.
But then I was like, oh, shit. I forgot about the lightning counter. Lightning parry. As you raise his hand again, the lightning coursing arcing through your arm. Little tingle, but you do it anyways. And he realizes and lets it go. Releases the energy. The eyes going back to the pale blue. Crowd erupting and roaring and cheering. It's deafening at this point. You can feel the ground shaking beneath you. And Ethos just kind of looks to you. That was awesome.
Do you take the head as a trophy?
I don't know, should I?
I don't know. It's up to you.
He kind of looks to his sword. Hiltless at this point. Or bladeless.
Would you like for me to do the honors?
Sure.
Okay, so I go to chop its head off.
Okay. You walk over, take your sword and just... He reaches down with one giant meaty hand and grabs it around one of the horns and hoists it. I assume it's a natural 19.
Sure he does.
28.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he hoists it into the air and gives a loud and again the rupture of noise, just cacophony of screams echoes throughout this Colosseum. Before you guys eventually make your exit, he lowers it back down and begins dragging it out by the horns. As you exit the Colosseum doors, and as soon as they close, it's almost just the muffled screaming you can hear behind the doors.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, that was amazing. That was invigorating. I've never felt so alive. Thank you for this.
Thank you, my friends.
God, I want to fight one of these that are ancient.
I don't know if you'll find it here.
know. I wish I could go with you.
I doubt that would be ancient dragons.
I don't know. You find a lot of interesting things in your travels. At least so I've heard. I'm sure you'll run into one soon enough.
Foreshadowing.
That was incredible, though. You were amazing.
You
I thought
came under the belly, lightning all around. It was inspiring.
I'm pretty sure you just blocked a dragon's breath with your sword.
Well, it's gold.
It was the sexiest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm sorry. It was, though. I don't. It was. I had to stop for a minute and remember I was fighting a dragon. That was incredible. You were incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
As y'all kind of sit there talking, a very pimply faced.
Oh, it's my mommy.
Oh, hey, it's you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
He hands you 3,000 gold.
Yay.
And then he goes, also here you go, Ethos. Sir, Prince Ethos, Prince of Storms, Ethos, Storm Prince? I don't, Your Majesty. He's kind of like that. I was like, thank you. Ethos is fine. He takes it, and he goes, this is for you as well. This is your winnings, as we agreed upon. Ethos hands you a bag containing 6,000 gold pieces. I have little use for it, so...
Thank you. It feels... It is odd, you know. I am... Having someone do something nice for me without wanting something in return, it is odd.
If it makes you feel any better, Miss Candara, I do wish something of you, but as we've talked about, it may not be the right time. But perhaps later, when you've found your way. I mean, I'm not going anywhere literally going somewhere all the time, but you know how to find me. It's dragon turtle. I mean,
Yes.
but you know where I'll be.
Can I ask for one more favor? May I have some scales?
Of course, yes.
I wish to remember this time.
He reaches over, and this dragon, it had on its nose, this almost like horn that kind of came up just slightly on the bridge of it. He actually reaches over and grabs a hold of that horn. It's about this long, and not that big around. And he grabs a hold of it, and he just...
Oh,
And on it are several scales around the base of it. He goes, take both.
It may not look so good now when it's mounted.
Yeah, I'll just tell it I chopped it off. It was breathing fire at me.
Thank you, Prince.
Thank you. This has been one of the most fun moments of my entire life. As I said, I've never felt more alive than I did out there with you. And I don't know if it was the dragon or if it was you that made me feel that way. Come back when you're done. Come see me. I will be lonely here without you. You're one of the few people in this city that gets me. And I think I get you.
Well, Are you sure you can't come?
I'm pretty certain.
Even for a month or two?
Definitely not that long. At least not yet.
Okay.
God knows I'd want to.
Thank you again. And she will reach up kind of awkwardly because this is just totally out of. I rolled a nat 1.
What was the roll for?
To see how I interact with them.
Okay.
For myself.
Uh-huh.
Awkwardly, goes to, kiss him on the cheek again.
Uh-huh.
And it's just, I don't know. There's dragon and horn and
Yeah.
they're in armor.
Yeah.
It's not graceful.
He just kind of smiles.
I'm good to go now. So I guess she's headed out.
As you turn to walk away, he grabs you by the elbow and spins you around
Oh, and I get a real kiss.
and gives you a real kiss.
Okay. Oh, are you rolling for performance?
Plus his charisma modifier. Let's give him advantage too. It was a 15. It's a 15. It's pretty good.
Okay. She'll kiss him back this time.
Oh.
Advantage.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
He caught you off guard.
He did, okay? I was already it was awkward. BM11.
It's a sweet, passion-filled moment. Maybe not your best attempt at it, but it's not bad. As he kind of pulls away, he kind of smirks and goes, "Come back and see me when you can. I look forward to it. Be safe."
Okay. So I will head back to the Lyceum. I got 6,000 from that. While I'm walking, I'm gonna take a bit of, because I'm sure I have a bit of string or rope or something, and tie the dragon horn, make a necklace out of it.
Okay. You have a dragon horn necklace. Still bloody and...
I love it.
Yeah. But it's super cool.
So cool.
Got red dragon scales on it still, from where it's been ripped out of the, from the root. Looks awesome.
And then I'll go back to the Lyceum and tell the dude that I need to go back to Candara.
Yeah.
Is that right? Or am I
Candara
getting
is, yeah, that's where
that's
that's where the Angry Wisp is. The
Right.
magic shop.
Because I need to
Buy some scrolls and stuff.
buy the scroll. I think. I'm pretty sure.
He complies. The runes begin to light up in this large stone cylinder before eventually you feel that rushing feeling. Constitution saving throw with advantage.
God. So glad Candara is back. 11.
Well, you have gotten a little bit more used to this, so you hold your food down. You don't throw up. You see the familiar human male behind there goes, "Oh, hey. Welcome back to Carnarond. Seems like you just left."
Well, yes. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna walk out because I'm assuming she's still nauseous.
Okay. At this point, it's about lunchtime in the city of Carnarond. Streets are busy and bustling. You make your way through Carnarond to where you eventually arrive at the Angry Wisp. where you're greeted by Balasar Thorngage. Yes, welcome back to the Angry Wisp. What brings you in today?
Hello. I need to get that scroll we talked about last time. About the finding.
Oh, yes, of course, the finding the scroll spell, yes.
No,
What? Which one were we talking about?
I need to be able to find a person, the dead person, remember. There was a scroll that helps me locate something, and then there was this for... No?
Oh, yes, no, you're right.
You don't remember?
Of course, yes, I'm sorry. How could I have forgotten? I don't
It was
know
like
what-
less than a day ago.
I mean, I
maybe a day
see
ago.
literally hundreds of And we're back. Yes.
Hi.
Are we
Okay.
back? Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, cool. We're back. This time for sure.
All right. So we're gonna see
Okay. So you and your
if I die falling
you
asleep.
and your phoenix
Mm-hmm.
nestle down for a night's nap. Strangely enough, nothing seems to come and bother the 30-foot tall bird.
You never know.
of the multicolored. This bird makes the dragon you killed look small.
Okay.
It is
Alright.
huge.
Cool.
Easily twice the size of the dragon you and Ethos fought.
Well, then let's go.
Okay.
Get back on the bird.
Okay. You climb back on the bird. And begin flying again. Make another survival check. Just make sure you're staying on course.
11.
Okay. You fly for a little while. It kind of gets a little cloudy. You fly through some slight rainstorm clouds as you kind of go up and over them and kind of lose sight of the mountains for a little while. And as you come back down, you realize you're a little off course and correct your course. But you fly for another day before eventually coming to rest. When you see a little string of islands this time, because you're just flying out over the ocean at this point. Able to kind of see the mountains off in the far, far distance just because you're so high up when you're flying. But as you come to rest on these small little string of islands for your rest at this point, you settle in. If you want to go hunt game again.
Sure, I'll try. Maybe I can actually get something.
Percentile die again.
$98.
Okay.
Is there also?
No, there's not. On this string of islands, as you begin kind of making your way through, it's like just a little bit of jungle foliage, just kind of like these brush, like shrubbery kind of things. They're not much more than 3 or 4 foot high, but they're very dense and thick. The island itself here not really look like it's almost inhabitable by much. Like there's a few small crabs occasionally you see scuttling, but they disappear in the sand before you can get to them. Very barren island, hardly any trees or anything on it. But as you kind of crest over this hill, seen along the coastline on the other side of this little tiny island you're on, you see it almost looks like this 6 or 7 foot tall column of water in the wake that seems to be moving against the current of the waves and stuff.
The water elemental?
Yeah. Well, you fought a very giant one of these, so yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn around and I go back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Phoenix. There is nothing.
Keep rolling really high numbers for these percentiles. The really rare things are at the top of these percentiles. Okay. You bed down and attempt to get some rest with you and Phoenix. Yet again, strangely enough, nothing seems to want to mess with the enormous bird.
This is the way to travel.
As you begin getting ready to disembark for the next day, make me another survival check.
Five.
Okay. It's kind of cloudy and overcast this morning. The storm that y'all had flown over has kind of landed on this one. You kind of get up and start beginning to make the flight. The winds are very strong. Even Phoenix is having a bit of a hard time kind of making his way through them. You travel for a few hours before you come to rest for your first little 3-hour jaunt that he has to do. And as you land on the island, it looks oddly familiar, as it's the same island you just left. Make me another survival check.
11.
Okay. The storm finally begins to let up as you take flight again and get back on the original track. Puts you a little behind Probably going to add another day to your journey in the long run, but it's all right. As you travel, you eventually see a coastline appearing as you settle down just off the coastline, kind of in a little clearing outside of some trees in the forest, right off the coastline.
Okay, today I will find food.
Roll me that percentile dice.
58.
58. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one, sorry. Okay. Sure. It's not bad. As you are searching around, you find it's like a little. First, it looks like birds. Like how sometimes you see those large flocks of birds that kind of all shift and move together. You find a group of these tiny little beasts that are all kind of doing the same thing. They don't look to be much larger than about, say, your fist, but there's probably about 10 of them that are doing this, and it makes like this weird looking undulating thing before they kind of come to rest on this log. And you notice they begin, as you look, you kind of see over this large toad that these things all have these long proboscis shoved into it and are drinking greedily from this large toad. They're like these, they look very fleshy.
Do I know what they are?
Roll a nature check. Like their head is very like hairy kind of, but it has this long proboscis and like very
Why can't
fleshy
I just
wings.
find a rabbit?
I don't know, because you roll weird.
Less than 20.
You've heard of these? You've never seen them. They don't really live in the mountains. They're more of a coastline kind of creature. They're known as sturge, and this is what they look like.
I don't know if a phoenix would want to eat that. Can I look one more time?
Sure.
$31.
Okay. You, as you're looking along, as you kind of back away from the swarm of sturge and begin looking along the side of different side of the forest, you come across this giant lizard, probably 3.5 foot long.
Oh, birds eat lizards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to try to kill it.
Okay. You run up towards it and make a roll an attack, so it doesn't see you coming.
Oh, that's good. It is 26.
That will definitely hit. Roll damage.
Thank God. 9 points of regular damage.
Okay.
Is it dead?
No.
Another 5 points of gold damage.
So 14 total.
Mm-hmm.
As you run up and just slash deep into the kind of back of it, it makes this weird hissing noise and it's going to spin around and attempt to bite you.
Hang on.
Oh,
If it's still.
it's still kicking. So it's beginning to spin around and try to bite you.
I'm going to smite it.
Okay.
This lizard. That's another 7 points of damage.
As it begins to spin around, you watch as the holy energies courses through it and its eyes just go as you've now got a very dead lizard.
Okay, I want to take it
Uh-huh.
very proudly and present it to Phoenix.
Who in one gulp just reaches down and goes
I'm sorry.
Rah.
And then we'll go to bed.
Okay. Awesome. You rest. Yet again, nothing on this coastline seems to want anything to do with Phoenix.
Oh.
You wake up in the morning. You guys begin to set way.
Mm-hmm.
Make me that survival check.
Maybe if I roll it on my phone, it won't be so bad. It's being stupid. Oh, no. Ah! Okay. I'll just roll right there.
Okay.
Oh! Flaccid 20.
Very good. Okay. This time, you actually recognize this coastline. You were here with your friends at one point as y'all were making your way through from Fabrice towards Carnarvon.
Mm-hmm.
You take off with Phoenix. You fly high this time, able to see your home mountains very, very well. You can see the snow-capped peaks. You can even kind of make out the valley that runs in the middle of the top of the Icewall Mountains as high as you and Phoenix are flying. And all of a sudden you feel this from behind you. You have kind of very strong tailwind.
Oh!
And Phoenix actually doesn't even have to fly at some points. He just merely glides.
Oh.
And before eventually coming to rest, you've made up some time in your travel and the speed. Probably made up for your getting lost. At least.
Good for me.
As y'all eventually come to rest in this nice forested little area.
Okay. We are we're not in the mountains, but
Right.
I know this area. I will find us good food to make.
As you're talking to Phoenix, you see him kind of nod his bird head.
Yes, he knows.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh, shoot. Where did it go?
Good for no.
I didn't hear it drop, but I know it dropped.
I don't see it anywhere. Oh, I see it. I don't see it anywhere until I saw it.
Technical difficulties. Oh. 63.
Did you take what I just rolled?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it will be better whenever I roll.
Let me get back to where I was. I lost my table. Well, on your first pass, you don't find any food, but you find a very nice stream of just cool, clear, flowing water that kind of flows between these two trees.
Okay.
So you're going to get some good drinking water out of that.
I'll go back to the campsite.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I don't know this area so well.
Bad. Yet again, nothing seems to want to mess with the gigantic bird. Y'all wake up the next morning, make your way with advantage because you now know this area.
Oh! It didn't help. It went from a 2 to a 3. I told you advantage means nothing.
Yeah.
That would be a 5, sir.
Awesome. As you load up on Phoenix and begin flying, absent-mindedly steering him towards the mountains of home.
Oh no.
Before you kind of realize it a few hours into the flight. And any tailwind you'd made up with is now gone again.
Of course.
Before you eventually set back down in some forest land. About halfway through your journey at this point, though.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. I don't even say anything to him. I just walk off. 75.
As you are walking through this time, you come to a small pond, probably 30 or 40 foot across, very gentle water. You see one of those sturge flying over the pond, those ugly ass proboscis looking things, and this time you see just a giant tongue go.
What is that giant tongue?
As you see this giant toad just sitting on the side of the pond one.
I'm gonna go and kill the toad.
Okay.
Are they poisonous?
No, just a giant toad. I'm talking giant toad, though. Like
Okay.
horse-sized toad.
I want to go.
Okay. Cool. Hold on. Giant.
Anything for you, Phoenix?
Okay. Are you sneaking up to the toad, or are you just going charging it?
Oh, God. You know what? She would charge it.
Okay. Roll initiative then.
5.
Cool. There's your giant toad. And said pond. The giant toad sees you coming.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm right in front of it running at it.
Uh-huh. He's going to reach out and try to bite you. Will a 14 hit?
Nope.
Okay. Is it... You just kind of dodge out of the way. Bring it to your turn as you raise your sword high.
23.
That definitely will hit.
10 points damage. Plus my cold.
Okay.
Which is another 6.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
Still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Rage. Not rage. Sorry. Dump smite. Another 7 points damage.
Okay. As you slash hard into this toad, right into like the belly of it, you see some blood begin to pour out. He looks bloodied after that. He's going to attempt to bite you again. Lasted 20.
That does hit.
Okay. You take 5 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
$18.
As you feel this frog trying to hold on to you in its mouth, you push yourself free.
I really hate frogs.
Brings us to your turn.
Hit it again. 25
Definitely hits.
for 11 points.
Okay.
Plus my cold. That's 1 point.
Okay.
Smite again.
Still alive, so yeah. Maybe. It's maybe still alive.
Another 7 points.
Dead. So as you wrench yourself free, you spin your sword in your hand till it's pointed down, still hold on to the top lip, and just shove it through his head all the way at the bottom of it, through his big blubbery gullet.
Oh.
And everything, he kind of goes limp before you hear the coming out of his mouth. Stirs flies off.
Gross. Oh, gross. Okay. I will pick it up.
Make a strength check. This thing is like the size of a horse.
I know.
It's like several
I
hundred
am so
pounds.
strong.
You are.
I'm the strongest person here.
You are the strongest person here.
Exactly. That is the point. That will be 17.
And you don't necessarily pick it up, but you
Drag it.
you put one leg over your arm. You reach down and get the other leg over your arm. So you got this big blubbery toad head hanging over here with the tongue like lolled out. It's like dragging behind you. Every now and then it gets caught on a log. And you're like, every now and then you're like dragging a log with you for a few feet as you eventually jump this giant blubbery toad over in front of Phoenix. He begins. He reaches down yet again, one bite, still able to fit the whole toad in his mouth. He's like,
I want to take a bath before we.
okay.
Before I go to bed that night.
You can go back to the pond and bathe up and bed down.
Just flip.
Yet again, nothing seems to bother you in Phoenix. As you wake up in the next morning and head on your merry way, halfway to destination.
Do I get advantage because I know where?
Yes.
Ooh, that did. 21.
Okay. This time, more focused after feeling better about your hunting prowess.
Yes, I am a very good hunter.
You and Phoenix take flight and begin flying over over the trees, sailing up into the sky. As you're kind of looking off towards your homeland, you can see the Icewall Mountains, the beautiful white snow-capped mountains. You kind of follow your eyes down the line of them till you see what you kind of remember is this city of Corwell. You notice that everything is dark over Corwell. Like the sky itself is dark, almost black at this point. Even some of the mountains, the valley itself now, there's like that runs between the two peaks of the Icewall Mountains where it kind of comes and forms that little U-shaped valley. Even the darkness is spread out into that that usually stayed on the other side. As you get flying, it's this very ominous line of just like black, dark clouds. Almost looks like, it's very weird. It's like nighttime, almost looking at a nighttime, but in the day.
And I would understand what this means,
Yeah.
obviously. Okay.
Before you all eventually have to sit down and rest again. Anything you want to do today? Are you still hunting or are you done hunting?
I mean, still, the dude's flying a lot.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Sure. Roll me some percentiles.
100.
100. Wow.
It's
Okay.
gonna be something I can't do.
As, as you are going through the woods looking, you actually find, I have to find him.
Oh!
Where's this? We don't need that. Yeah, you find a man sitting kind of on the side of the river on a tree stump, fishing pole, just kind of there lazily bobbing in the river. He looks to be late 40s, early 50s, kind of skinny, kind of got the horseshoe baldness, bald on top, just like just hair here, very tanned skin at this point. Looks like he spends a lot of time. He's got like this nice, it's not bad, it's not like that burnt look, but it's like that kind of golden bronze, like golden tan to him. He looks very healthy. Other than that, he's just kind of real skinny. He's just looks like he's like not very muscular, just old guy. He's wearing it's not burlap, but it's not a very nice looking like little vest without a shirt on underneath that, and like these little shorts that are like kind of cut off, and like these little bitty like kind of like flippy flops, little flip flops. So he's just sitting there fishing. He kind of looks up to you and he goes, "Oh, well, hello there."
Hello, sir. I am sorry. I was just hunting for me and my my traveling companion.
Well, I don't know much about hunting, but you're more than welcome to sit here and fish a while. There's always some fish to be found.
Oh, well, I do not have a bowl or anything like that.
Oh, he just kind of goes, pulls over and goes, "I always carry a spare. Sometimes I run 2 lines. You're more than welcome to use this one if you want. It'd be good to have some company for a bit."
Okay. So I'll take the bowl and I will proceed to fish.
All right. So he just kind of, "So, what brings you to these woods?"
I'm from around here, kind of. I'm more of the mountains, but
One of those, what is it they call them? This is kind of timid, like white ravens.
yes, you have heard of me. Or of my clan.
Yeah, I mean, they're just in passing mostly. I don't know much about them, but I know there's a tribe up there that seems to live.
And anyways, I have come back. I'm looking for something, or I guess someone, but I am just passing through.
I see. Well,
Why are you here? I have seen the eternal night stretches this way.
oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm old. You don't want anybody like me.
I'm insiding.
Okay.
$21.
$25.
Oh.
He seems very at peace.
Huh.
Like he really just doesn't seem like he cares. Like doesn't seem concerned, not really worried about it. But I mean, he's just kind of laid back and not really. I mean, there's not any sense of stress or anything within him about it at all. He seems completely unfazed by the encroaching darkness.
Are you from around here, sir? Not even people who have lived here their whole lives do not know much of the White Raven clan.
I've traveled a bit, but yes, I've lived here for the last few years or so. I tend to keep to myself, but occasionally I run into folks who like to talk and tell stories, so you pick up things talking to people like that.
I see. And I'm so sorry. My name is Candara.
Candara, it's wonderful to meet you. I am Bailey Undertree.
Bailey Undertree. Do I know this guy? Right?
Mm-mm.
What is going on? Something is weird. Oh.
You found things.
I did, but what did I find?
I don't know.
Ouch. Okay.
So you're from the White Raven clan, then? You said yes.
Yes, I was.
What is it you're looking for out here in the woods? Don't you'll mostly keep to that mountain of yours?
Actually, yes. I'm looking more for a friend. He is a Furbolg. Do you know the Furbolg that used to live around here?
Yes. I passed through their village one time, many years ago, but yes. Very, very polite folk, tall.
Yes, they are very polite, and unfortunately, the town was taken over. My friend happened to not be there, and he's one of the few survivors. But he misses his family, and I am trying to find something to remind him of home.
He kind of looks at you. Huh. He's inciting you on it was taken over.
Well, it was taken over. People burned it over down
It
to
was
the ground.
eradicated.
Okay, I used too nice of a word for it.
You can roll.
I'm not trying to be deceptive.
Okay, he's kind of looks at you, goes, yes, I heard a bit about that. It was horrible what happened to them. I'm glad to hear one of them made it out. They were very kind. I liked them quite a bit.
My friend is a good man.
Most of the ones I met from there they were very peaceful, strange but pleasant folk.
Yes.
I really liked their herbs. So, your friend has gone home?
No, my friend is on a mission. He is apparently doing something to fight the encroachment of the vampires. I'm not sure where he is right now.
I see. Well, it is. Well, I hope he wins.
Me too. I think everyone hopes he wins. It would be very bad if the vampires take over.
It'll definitely affect my fishing. He's kind of the poles in there.
Your sense of, I do not know if it's bravery or... It's very odd.
What is that, you mean?
You're not concerned.
No, why would I be?
It's a whole army of vampires. They'll destroy everything in their path.
So don't be in their path.
I think they will take over everything, will they not?
Oh, life always seems to find a way to go on. Eventually daylight comes. What was that?
Insight.
What you got?
7.
So that's charisma 31.
Oh my god. Okay, I believe everything he says from now
He
on.
just what were you inciting him for exactly?
That he's not worried, that he doesn't care, that
Not even a little bit.
that there's
Could not care less. Like he just literally is happy to sit here. He's fishing. He's happy to be talking to someone new.
Have we caught any fish by now?
Oh, survival. It's wisdom based, I think, too.
Mine is 19.
His is also 19. As y'all are fishing, your bob eventually boop, goes under before you pull out this large trout, and he's like, "Oh, that's wonderful! You did a great job." They pulls out one too, and he's like, "Hey, supper tonight. Looking forward to that." And he just puts it on like one of those little things and sits it over there. He goes, "I'll probably catch a few more though. I get really hungry."
But I am going to go back. Would you like to see something really cool? Really neat, really, I don't know what you would say.
I always love seeing new things. Sure, what do you have?
Can you follow me?
Sure. I mean, picks his line up and puts it in.
Thank you for this.
You know what? You keep it. You're a great fisherwoman. Perhaps it will do you well.
Much better fisher than hunter. Okay. I'll take him back to the camp.
As he kind of stands up, you realize he's like a little halfling man.
Oh. Okay. So I will take him back to my camp, and I will show him Phoenix. And I'll give Phoenix the sardine.
Oh, it's a very large... Is that a rock?
Kind of. It is a magic bird.
Oh.
It came from a token, and it has turned into a bird, and now Phoenix is helping me go home.
This is very wonderful. Say, could I bother you for... I like to collect things. I like unique and weird things. Is there any way I could have one of those feathers? Just one. Just a feather off of the bird. They lose feathers all the time.
Inside again, make sure this is innocent.
Okay.
That's 15. He probably passed it.
He seems very innocent in his want. He just seems like he really wants one of those feathers. Like it seems very innocent.
If it is okay with Phoenix.
He kind of looks up at the bird and hello, Phoenix. Could I have one of your feathers? I like to collect things. Kind of waves him awkwardly. Pull up on D&D Beyond or a rock, just ROC for his stats. He's going to attempt to persuade Phoenix.
Sorry, I'm getting there.
That's okay. He rolled well, but Phoenix, maybe he can Tinker Soul Bird. Who knows?
He gets along with me.
Yeah, well, that's because you own him magically.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What are you wanting to know? What do you want me to roll?
Insight, which is wisdom based on the rock. Right? Isn't that wisdom based? I believe it is. Or intelligence. I forget which one it is.
I think it's wisdom.
Yeah.
He nat 20'd.
So did he.
It's not plus anything.
Just to prove, I'll show you my.
This is your thing.
So 33
Uh-huh.
for. So it's up to you to decide because they tied. Because they both since it's a natural 20.
20.
But in that instance, still with that.
I think he would give it to him. Because,
Okay.
I mean, he seems just...
Mhm.
And like you said, there might even be, like, feathers just kind of, you know, they're not even attached.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he graciously takes one. He's like, it's like as big as he is. Like, it's as tall as he is. He's
Right.
like, you're both very nice people. I thank you so much for this. And thank you for fishing with me today. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Candara. I'm going to go put this in my collection. He kind of jauntily hops off through the trees.
I don't know, Phoenix. He's a very strange little man.
Okay. And so, you settle down for the night, kind of getting ready for bed. You go to sleep. It's about 3 or 4 hours into your sleep before you kind of hear clunking through the brush into your campfire, into your camp light. Bailey Undertree coming back. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry I don't mean to show up." He goes, "You were so kind in giving me a feather. I wanted you to have this." And he hands you a cloak.
A cloak? Oh, thank you, but I am not cold. I am fine.
It is. You've given me such a wonderful treasure. It's something I've never seen before. I've seen feathers from rocks, but never from a magical rock. It must look multicolored like this. I want you to have it. It's a gift.
Well, thank you, sir. It's very kind of you.
Yes, all right, okay.
Do you live close to here?
Yes, not very far. I have just a little hovel.
Do you need help going back home, or would you like to share my fire for the night?
Sure, that would be wonderful. You're so kind.
The bird snores. Just a minute.
It's all right. So do I.
Only the bird.
So, he will happily lay down next to the fire and go to sleep as well.
Okay, cool. I'm assuming she'd be very friendly. She hasn't seen anybody in days.
Right.
And all she can do is talk to the bird.
Cool. As you wake up in the morning, Bailey Undertree is gone, and laying next to you is this beautiful, gleaming greatsword. I'm talking, it is absolutely marvelous and glorious. It almost glows in the sunlight.
I will pick it up.
Okay. It is.
Check it out.
Sure. It is very heavy. A very, very heavy greatsword. But it seems very hefty and hardy in your hand. You notice these runes inscribed along the hilt and along the little bit up the blade. It feels right though in your hand, and as you pick it up, that kind of little note falls off of it. It says from Bailey Undertree, and it just reads, Thank you so much. It's always wonderful to meet such a kind face in these woods. Your presence was greatly appreciated. It's always nice to have a friend. And signed Bailey on a tree again.
Okay, so I have this sword,
Mhm.
this gorgeous sword, and a cloak.
Mm-hmm. The cloak, as you're kind of looking at it,
Uh-huh.
it's very slick and like black. Almost reminds you like the skin of a shark.
Uh-huh.
And as you're looking at it, the hood itself has two little eyes on it. It seems to be made out of the skin of something.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna be able to tell, but who knows?
Can't believe you found this dude.
Who is this dude? Okay, sorry. Arcana? Is that what you want me to do? Or?
Yeah, that's good. Or nature, since you're looking to try to figure out what. Either one of those is fine.
Neither one are really good. 12.
Hard to tell. Well, 12? 12 would be enough. As far as animal, to know what kind of animal it is, you've heard of these, hadn't really ever seen them, but as you're kind of looking at the cloak and the shape that it kind of makes almost like this egg-shaped, almost like of a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize it to be a manta ray.
A manta ray?
Mm-hmm. So you have a cloak of the manta ray.
You're right. Okay, I added that. Whatever
Okay.
that is.
Okay.
Oh, well, this is good. I have to fight the water elemental again. Maybe I won't drown. And the sword, though, it's a pretty sword, or?
Are you spend some time taking a look at it and stuff, aka you're trying to attune to it?
I guess so.
That would probably have to unattune you from your other sword. You can attune and reattune the swords, though, usually pretty easily. As you kind of sit there and begin focusing on it, the runes actually begin to glow all along the sword as it begins to like shed this bright light around you for about 10 foot around you.
Oh.
Before you finally become attuned to it. You now have a Holy Avenger greatsword.
Holy Avenger Greatsword?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Holy smokes, really?
Yeah.
Alright. Sweetness. Okay, cool. Let's go, Phoenix!
As you climb onto Phoenix and just kind of stare at that note, you notice on the back it says, P.S.
Oh!
Thanks for not trying to kill me.
Oh. No problem. I'm so ready for this to be over. It's even though everything turned out great, like it's still scary. Because the whole time I thought he was a horrible little I didn't know what the heck was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stressful.
Roll a perception.